Assalamualaikum. I'm Muhammad HAZIQ HASMI. I'm from TIC 104A4 and number matric 2023160
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm HUSAINI bin HISHAM. I'm from TIC 1104A and my matric card number is 20235097727.
Assalamualaikum. My name is NABIL bin SUZELI. I'm from TIC 1104A. My matric number is 2023148463.
Hi, my name is NAJMUDDIN bin ZAIMI and I'm from class TIC 104A. My matric number is 2023172851.
So, this video is titled Modern Malaysian Law, a historical study of the development of constitutional law and amendment. Right, so for the introduction, as you know, there are many changes throughout history to Malaysian law, started from first Malacca Sultanate until today. Now we are covered with many questions like why, how. For example, the question why law is important, or maybe how the development of Malaysian law, and lastly is what the importance of Malaysian law. Right, so the problem that we want to bring out for this video is the comparison between all Malaysian law and the modern Malaysian law. So in this video we will try to achieve three objectives. Firstly, we want to learn about the history of Malaysian law and the comparison of the Malaysian law, old and modern. Secondly, we want to know more about law so we can understand the significance of it to Malaysia. And lastly, we want to figure out the importance of law to the society in Malaysia and to the country. Right, so the methodology that we use for this group assignment, we have used qualitative research. We have collected various data from various sources. For example, we take from a journal talking about the history of Malaysian law. For the sampling strategy, we chose probability strategy because we deduce it to more suitable for us. It's because for the sample or the information we get from the various websites like journal and more. For example, in our presentation, we take some of our information from a journal. And lastly, for our sampling strategy, it is very clear we use data collecting as our method because we use various sources of website to get our information.
Okay, next, what is the law? What's meant by a law? There are many definitions that can be given, among which is the law. First, rules related to behavior to produce formed by custom, agreement or authority. This is because the law is very important to apply in an organization such as family, company, country and so on. This is because it's an organization wants to be safe and peaceful. They must obey the laws that are set in order to avoid unwanted problems such as murder, fight, enmity, and so on. Law is also very important to build a peaceful country. Therefore, with a peaceful country, the country will easily become developed and be looked up to and respected by other countries. Existing law must be enforced and practiced by every community regardless of who it's. Not just making laws. Every place or thing must have a law that must be obeyed. Next, law also means a set of rules of principles that govern the affair of a community enforced by a political authority, a legal system. With the rules that have been set, each community and country cannot create any problem they want to do just to feel their right without thinking about the adverse effect on the country of the action they should not have done. According to the law, if anything happens that violates the rules, they can be punished or take appropriate action to teach them not to repeat it again. Examples of offense that violate violate the law include stealing, robbing, damaging public property, not paying tax, and so on. That's all.
So, for the history of Malaysian law, there are two phases that are before the arrival of the British and after the arrival of the British in Malaya. Like Malaya consisted of three parts, which is the straight state, the federate Malay states, and the non-federate Malay states. So every state using a different law. Like Malacca using Kanun Melaka, which is Kanun Melaka is have a principle such as Johor law, maritime law, Muslim marriage law, and sale and purchase law. Malacca laws influence in various aspects such as crime, muamalah, and the economic system. The influence of the Islam in the law lasted since it was introduced by the Sultan of Malacca, namely Sultan Iskandar Shah, until the time of Sultan Mahmud. For the other state like Johor using Majalah Ahkam Johor, and Perak using the Undang-Undang 99 Negeri Perak dan Undang-Undang 12. So, for the after the arrival of the British, there are like a different law that is used. Like British have introduced a law in the Straight States and NS called the Charter of Justice, and this law make Malay kings' position has been contested, like they cannot control their own state. And after the independence, the monarchy continued but was amendment into the concept of constitutional monarchy and parliamentary democracy. At the 1957, Constitution of the Federal of Malaya came into the existence, which is used until today. So there are the comparison, like we are stating, before the British come, we are using the Kanun Malacca law and Hukum Kanun Kedah for Kedah and Johor, for using Majalah Ahkam Johor, and Perak using the Undang-Undang Negeri 99 Negeri Perak dan Undang-Undang 12. And after the colonization, during the colonization, they are using a different law like a Charter of Justice, and which is the law is based on the enacted at the England and introduced in Malaya, and the concept of constitutional monarchy and parliamentary democracy introduced during the colonization. And after the colonization, which is modern law, we are using the section 33 of the Terengganu State Muslim Administration Enactment 1955 and section 53 of the Selangor State Islamic Law Administration Enactment 1952. And the specialization of the civil court and the Sharia court mentioned is still used in modern law in Malaysia. The intended Sharia category is related to the creed, the integrity of Islamic religion and institution, and also related to relation to the pillars of Islam: alcohol, gambling, and morality, sexual offences, others, and misdemeanors and martial offences.
So, what is actually the importance of law? Firstly, law is to create or build a safe country, which means with law we could all get to live in a really safe country. Next is to establish a framework for the nation's governance, which includes regulating social behavior and establishing institutions. This means that the government will create an organization that will create and implement the law. So basically, there will be a regulation in the country to implement the law for the people to follow, and this organization will govern the conduct of people. And lastly is to maintain harmony within the society by promoting equality, justice, values, and norms among its people. So basically, law is kind of a protection whereby we know that with the existence of law, we can actually live with a really good protection, which means the women can be protected and the men can be protected and also the child. So I give you an example. If the law did not existed, so all the people can do their things with nothing to be considered. They can sell drugs, they can smoke a cigarette, they can eat illegal food, and all kind of stuff that they can imagine. So basically, these things will lead us to a really horrible situation. Maybe we will create, or we will eventually create a war, a country between country. Let's say like World War II, where there is a really low on law enforcement. So basically, with law, we can see that people getting treated or getting protected very carefully. So with the existence of law, all the people that live in which country, they can live on their home, on their country, safely and great. As a conclusion, considering the larger political backdrop of a dominant party state that has broken up into a fragile democracy, this chapter gives an account of Malaysian constitutional law and adjudication. Following its independence in 1957, Malaysia enacted a written constitution that formally affirmed its commitment to judicial review and the rule of law and fundamental rights. However, it is different how the law is enforced back then and how the law is going right now. So basically, as a suggestion, Malaysian government should make a syllabus or create a syllabus for the youth, for them to actually learn about the law, which means they don't have to really know or acknowledge which article it is, which act it is, but it's actually to acknowledge them that in this world, in this our living country, we have rules that we need to follow. Basically, our suggestion is to educate the people, while to enforce the law really strictly according to what they have in their terms and conditions. So that is actually what the suggestion from us. So that's all from us. Thank you for hearing our video and watch our video, and see you guys next time. Bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.